The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to.
This is
Radio Biafra.
Radio Biafra. With more.
White to the white. White to the white.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to.
This is
Radio Biafra.
Radio Biafra.
No negotiations. No compromise. All we want is Biafra. Our self-determination, they call it hate speech. We want referendum, they come for war. Our lives are not saving Nigeria. Spilling our blood for no just cause. Biafran self-determination, they call it hate speech. We want referendum, they come for war. Killing my people like Christmas good too. No more to election in Biafra land. So we are crying, let us go to return. Yamaga Mesha have expired. We are tired of your soup. Intimidation is too much to return. Incarceration is too much. Gullible wicked ones from Biafra land. They impose on us to be our leaders. Killing and wasting innocent lives. We can't take it anymore. Yeah, gullible wicked thugs from Biafra land. They impose on us to be our leaders. Killing and wasting innocent lives. We can't take it anymore. If you pretend, you must let us go. Return. Yamaga Mesha have expired. Remember Biafra genocide. Return. The Zoo River massacre. We are tired of your zoo. Biafra freedom is not a crime. We must restore our papa's land. We can't take this torture anymore. Biafra is last hope for black race. Biafra freedom is not a crime. We must restore our mother's land. We can't take this torture anymore. Biafra is last hope for black race. We are dying every day. Return. Intimidation is too much. Remember Biafra genocide. Return. Oh, we are tired of your zoo. If they are the one, their Sharia land. Give Oduduwa their father's land. Give my people blessed land of Biafra. Stop the looming war in Nigeria. Give the Arewa their Sharia land. Give Oduduwa their father's land. Give my people blessed land of Biafra. Avoid the looming war in Nigeria. You will respect our rights. Return. Yamaga Mesha have expired. We are tired of your zoo. Intimidation is too much. Return. Incarceration is too much. We must go. United Nations, there's no justification. British corruption was in our nation. In the spy amalgamation, wicked contraption. You must let Biafrans go. Evil Britain, you must let us go. Return. Amalgamation have expired. Incarceration is too much. Return. Intimidation is too much. Humiliation is too much. Persecution is too much. Remember the genocide. The Zoo River must go. Still only probity. Free Biafra. Free Amazonia. Justice for Africa.
Yes, once again, wonderful Biafran, good people of Biafra, men and women of goodwill across the globe. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Ukafo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Ukafo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind those words, but one day we shall. He is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazen Nandi Oku Kano. He is the king of Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Omuahia. Omuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. He is the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television. He is the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people for over 60 years. Nobody have done this. And by the special grace of Chukwukika Biama, I am George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. And Delta State is Biafra land. At least if you check your time, it is a privilege that I served the indigenous people of Biafra as the African rep and the Nigerian international coordinator. I am still the one. But of course, I will not continue until we acknowledge the Creator, Chukwukika Biama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. For in the end, we are gone as a people without him. And so on daily basis, we come before his presence. We ask him that he might open the heart of our heart to be able to behold the wonderful truth in his word. Not because we are righteous, not because we are better than anybody, but because we come here to guide jealously one thing that he has given to us, and he will not question it, and we will not allow anybody to take it from us. Our mind. Free will. Free will. Yahweh, my weapon of warfare. You are the king in heaven. You are my God. I will sing a new song to you. Oh, Yahweh, my weapon of warfare. I say, you are the king in heaven. You are my God. I will sing a new song to you. You are the thing of confess. Oh, you are the chief sailor, my unconfirmable redeemer. I will sing a new song to you. Agbawala nyaka, ese Jesus agbawala nyaka. Odimegbo Juda agbawala nyaka o, nano n'irugi o, anom n'irugi o, agbawala nyaka. Anya n'eluwa o, agbawala nyaka o, nwane otu onye o, agbawala nyaka o, nano n'irugi o. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, maka n'eziokwu n'ebu sọ mma ịhụnanya gị ịnaghị obiọma gị o juru anya dadi o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị, ịbụ Alfa na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na n'edema o. Ise. And of course, as always, without wasting much of our time, we'll go to our topic this evening. But before then, do not forget our theme on this segment, remain back to your root. Back to your root, because everything that we are, everything that we are going to be, everything that we have been, if we cannot be able to properly infuse them into our very being, then we lose it all. We have been brought up in an environment where we are taught to hate our ancestors. Everything about our ancestors have been demonized. But the truth remains that whether they are good or they are bad, they are your father. And if they are your father, and you claim you know God, you claim you are righteous, righteousness starts by acknowledging your ancestors. Forget about anything anybody is telling you. Righteousness starts by acknowledging your ancestors. Who were there when he laid the foundation of this earth? Who did he call as advisor before he created the planet? Nobody. So how can you want me to believe you? How do you want me to believe you that you actually know the name of God? It is a mystery. It is a wonder. Nobody can truly uncover it. And that is why the first patriarch of faith, Abraham, God refused to tell him his name. And so the best way to identify with God is through the ancestors. Today I am telling you, without IPOB at this moment, Biafrans are already shouting, oh God of Oyedepo, oh God of Odukoya, oh God of Yoruba, maybe God of Afeniferi, Ndiara. But this is the part you don't want. It is disgusting. It's very painful. Oh, God of Oyedepo, help me. Why can't you say God of Nnamdi? Inferiority complex has finished you. Why don't you better off say God of Uchimefo? Or why don't you say God of George Onyibe? Or we don't have God? But inferiority complex has reduced you. Your brain cannot accept it. Because you think everything about your ancestors is evil. It's evil. That is why we are busy catching enemy inside our own house. The enemy are clapping for us. We are busy catching enemy inside our own house. You see? That is some of the things we want you to realize on this program. The beginning of righteousness is your ability to respect and acknowledge your ancestors. Without that, forget about all those things. Oh, God of Oyedepo, oh, God of Ndiara and Yoshi. When will other nations say, oh, God of Biafra? Because you don't even know him. We are still very busy fighting for our central land. I hope that is what we are still fighting for. But our central culture and tradition, we hate them, we despise them. And you are telling me our ancestors will give us backup? These are knowledge too much for you to understand. But please, you need to calm down. You need to understand them. No matter how much they try to demonize it, if you are in any way better than them, just small, very small, this truth will usher us into another level of experience as Homo sapien here on earth. This knowledge does not come from any university anywhere in the world. When you are connected to your ancestors, they reveal this truth to you. And so we must continue, because there are truths you cannot hide from. As you are listening to me now, you have your remote control devices with you. Please press the volume button, maybe to the negative side or to the positive side. You're just holding a piece of plastic, to be precise, and then you're pressing a button, and then another electronics or gadget that is maybe about 5 feet or 10 feet or 3 meters, as the case may be, away from you is obeying your instruction. You call it technology, and as far as you think it's technology, you will never be able to manufacture one, because you call it technology. They don't want you to know it's juju, because the day you know it's juju, you will begin to repackage your own juju. You see? These are the things you must understand. Can somebody explain to me the spiritual technology that makes something to move something when there is nothing there? Brother, come back home, you will understand. There are things they do. They will never allow you to know it. They steal the technology from you, the juju from you, they convert it to technology, and they keep singing to you, oh, your own is juju, your own is voodoo. Look at the name, look at the sound of the name, voodoo. The name alone can give you migraine headache. Voodoo. Their own technology. Very fine, very sweet. And you are there busy condemning your ancestors. Have you seen any artifact of the Europeans or the Americans or the Arabians anywhere in any museum in the world? Go and check their value. Go and check their price. Everything they heap in their museum across the globe. This is the handwriting of our ancestors. The black, they say they are monkey and baboon. You discover one piece of stone in Egypt. They spent their whole life trying to uncover the mystery behind it. We are busy looking at the supposedly a pyramid somewhere in Egypt. But there is a pyramid in Biafra land. Britain tried to level it. But they are still there. And then in your heart, oh, our ancestors are evil. My own is not evil. My own ancestors is not evil. So we keep reminding you, we keep trying to confront you so that you understand who you are. If you don't value yourself, nobody will value you. As you keep yourself, that is how they take you. But that is not a call for you to be proud of thinking you are who you are not. No, be yourself. And each time you are busy running up and down with Yoruba pastor to deliver yourself from the supposedly a central cause. My brother, ask yourself question. These people delivering you from a central cause, do they love you? Do they love you? It's just like a Onyibe man telling you, you are going to heaven, you are going to heaven. But yet, they are still stealing oil and gas. Oil theft and gas theft, are they not supposed to go to hellfire? If after over 200 years, they are still stealing oil and gas, they really think this heaven is not going to be a complicated place? But I won't digress further. I believe I've been able to point out where I'm coming from and where I'm going to. Some people now will go and say, oh, it is about robbing native chalk. It is about doing this one. My brother, it is more than that. We have different kind of people. Some of you are born with gift of knowing. They will say you are winch. But because you worship in Yoruba church, they destroy all that is left of you. Now, let me tell you something. As a child, I used to have dreams. And when I have dream, it happened exactly the way it is. Some of you don't even dream again. You don't dream. You stay 1 week, you don't dream. I must tell you, your spiritual life is kaputo. So as a child, when I dream, it happens instanta. Now let me give instance. I have a dream. My grandmother died. I was still young. And she died around 4:30. And when I woke up in the morning, I went to my father and said to him, your mother will die around 4:30. And my father said, how did you know? I said, I have a dream. You know, as they will always do, they touch to check if I have typhoid fever. That time there was no typhoid fever, malaria fever or yellow fever. And then he left for work. And he came back around 4 p.m. And then 30 minutes later on, which is 4:30, somebody came from the village and said to him, your mother has passed on. My father turned and looked at me because he checked his time. But they never said anything. And that left. And then maybe some months later or maybe years later, I can't remember the gap in between these dreams, I have another dream. And this time in that dream, it was 6 o'clock in the evening. One of our vehicle has got an accident. In that dream, they told me the location of the accident. Abudu, then in Bender State. Our vehicle had an accident and somersaulted 4 times. And now when I woke up in the morning, I went to my father and said, our vehicle is going to have accident today. In Abudu, our vehicle will get accident. And it's going to somersault 4 times. And it's around 6 o'clock. My father said, you have started with this thing again. But of course, the driver is a well-experienced driver. But they ignored me. Around 6 o'clock in Abudu, that vehicle had accident and tumbled 4 times. And when the news came home, my father and my mother called me, took me inside the room and said, please, my son, if you dream, don't tell anybody. They were panicking. I said, why? They will say you are a winch. They will say I am a winch. So because I have the signing spirit, because I have the spirit like the one Joseph have, so now I am a winch. But as a child, I keep to them. Many of you were born with such gift. Those of you in diaspora, watch Onyibe well. When they see you with dada, they are always uncomfortable. When they see you as a Nazarian, dada, they are always uncomfortable. Why don't you find out what makes them afraid? It's a study for another day. God created all of us and gave us gifts. Everyone he made unique in his own ways. But being the fact that we are connected, Africa is all about spirituality. In our leader broadcast yesterday, he said something. He said, you want a black man to appreciate something, put that information in music. But of course, I'm not coming from his dimension. But the truth is that the very soul of this earth is tied to music. That is why the first angel God created was a musician, chorister. There is power in music. That is why the Babylonians, they demanded a song from them. And these people say, no, we cannot sing the Lord's song in a foreign land. Go and ask all those people who work in plantation. American plantation, British government plantation, terrorist plantation, whatever name they call themselves. Go and ask those generation. Oh my home, oh my home, oh my home, oh my home. When shall I see my home? Shall I see my native? When shall I see my native flag? I will never forget my home. Most of the songs you people sing in the church today are the songs of slavery. But you won't understand. And then now that we have this truth, hide all the knowledge they need to know. Hide them inside the song and let them wake up. Because that way Onyibe man reason, that is not our way. We cannot be like them. And when we be like them, we undermine who we are. All we need to do as black or Africans or Biafran, above all, is self-recovery. That is what we are doing here. Today, you see your neighbor who had the ability to see. He said, it's a witch. It's a witch. Who told you it's a witch? Who is a witch? But of course, it is our mindset. the enemy did their job well. And of course, we still continue with the same topic, taking over spiritual authority around your vicinity as practiced by our ancestors. This is part 4. And in this very segment, we are going to look at briefly just few things, refresh our mind, and we move ahead. We'll talk about the implication of cap. We're looking at the role the cap play. Our ancestors wear cap. Everybody in the world have a tradition of putting on cap. Cap is not just for fashion. It is not fashion design alone, though it is part of it. It is not just for shield or protection alone, though it is part of it. It has spiritual implication as well as physical implication. The military man has to put on the helmet to prevent bullets from penetrating into their head. Nothing more, nothing less. The motorcycle rider have to put on a crash helmet to protect such one from crashing. Nothing more, nothing less. And those in the farm have to put on a cap to give them shade over the sun ray. Nothing more, nothing less. Our modern style scarf, not just for fashion, but carries spiritual implication. Not just for fashion, for identification. Not just for identification, for spiritual guidance. Every culture in Nigeria, for instance, have their own cap. Yoruba have their traditional cap. I don't know why their father wear cap. Hausa Fulani have their traditional cap. I cannot come here and tell you I know why they do that. Biafran's father have their own cap. Some of us have alternated it already to Igbo cap. But it's not too late to come back and find out the truth. Understand, everything I teach here, I did not learn it from Abia or Enugu or Ebonyi. I didn't learn it from Lagos. These are my culture and tradition in Abo. I stand to be corrected, not because I am wrong, because maybe there might be difference between the way we behave and the way you behave. But the last time I checked, from Igala to Idoma, from Idoma to Iyala, from Iyala to Arochukwu, from Arochukwu to Mbitolu, Mbitolu to Patani, Patani to Otueke, Otueke to Mbiama to everywhere in Biafra land, Urobo, Shekiri, Abraka, Iboto, Ibaki, Ewohimi. Every Biafran, it is the same thing, only little difference. You know, when some of us become more Catholic than the Pope, we decide to switch certain things. But outside being more Catholic than the Pope, our tradition are the same thing. And now this evening we are going to look at the implication, the color implication. What is the color implication? Why do you have black cap? Why do you have red cap? Why do you have black, red, and then white? Just 3. Black, red, white. These 3 colors were significant because these 3 colors represent something. Those of you in the military will know better that the color of your beret is not the same. Those of you in the police know better. For instance, the police, the traffic policeman have a different cap, color of cap. The mobile police have a different color of cap. The intelligent police have a different color of cap. The surveillance police have a different color of cap. The military, it is the same thing. A shoemaker in the military have a different color of cap. A musician in the military have a different color of cap. A tailor in the military have a different color of cap. Outside having different color of cap in the Navy, artillery, or Air Force, individual department, almost all of them have different kind of cap. And so when I see a military man and I look at his beret, based on the color, I can tell you he's a medical doctor. I can look at it and say this guy is on the agricultural sector. This one can be an entertainer, musician, even without being a military man. The same thing is applicable to our ancestors. For instance, I'm a reverend. Till tomorrow morning, nobody violates my religious conscience, but I hold the tradition of my ancestors higher than life itself. That having been said, when we stand in the gathering of the reverends, we are not the same. Some wear black inner shirt with collar. Some wear red. Some wear purple. Some wear pink. When we gather, it is that your inner cloth with the collar. The color of your inner cloth will tell them who you are. But many reverends don't even know. They just go to market, buy anyone they like, and they move ahead. But that having been said, our people must understand the implication of the cap. First of all, we have a cap meant for king. A cap that is meant for king. It's not about the design. It was in the during the colonial era that the imperialists started influencing us to emulate their own style of crown. Crown is a cap. In our tradition, we have king. We have king not because we have always had king. We have king because it was a permissive will of God. If you have read your Bible, The Rise of a King, God said to the children of Israel, nobody, you will not have a king, for I, the God, your Lord, is your king. The children of Israel began to beg God, because the children of the priest, high priest, has failed Israel. Samuel is old and dying. His two children are not walking in the way of the Lord. The priest Eli is dying. His two sons, Phineas and Phili, have become instrument of defilement. At that moment, the children of Israel understand that they are gone without a high priest, without a prophet to lead them. Because priest Eli was blind and dying. Prophet Samuel was old and dying. And then they requested for a king. God said, no, you can't have a king. But they insisted. And then God said, if you decide to have a king, I will allow you to have a king. Permissive will, not perfect will. The creed of the rise of a king comes in when God told the prophet Samuel, now that you have rejected me and you want a king for yourself, these are the things that will happen to you. Your king will take your vineyard and your olive press. They will take your daughter and your sons to serve them. They will do this and they will do that, and then you shall cry unto the Lord thy God, and I will not answer you because you have rejected me. The children of Israel say, so be it. We need a king. And so somewhere along the line we had a king. This king were not as a result of Yoruba, Hausa, or colonial master. Where I come from, we have a king. We know the story of this king and how they came. But before we start referring them as king, these people were leaders. We have the one they call Dede. In our dialect, we call it Diokpa. They don't call small pikin Dede. Neither do we call small pikin Diokpa. And the moment they call you Diokpa, you understand the implication. And when they call you Dede, you understand the implication. We have different kind of kings. But that is not the area we are going to. The king have crowns. These crowns are cap. These cap are made with different juju, as they call it. Juju so powerful that if you do not meet the criteria of a king or a traditional ruler, if you put them in your head, you are dead. That is why look at majority of the traditional rulers. They live in new building. Ask them, where is the real temple? Where is the real hut for the king? Then you begin to understand what has happened to our monarchy system. You will see when you go to Ezenri, your former Mbara, he still can show you the hut where his father sat and preside over the affair of Biafran land. If you go to Obi of Abo, even though the king of Abo is a Gaiman Boyoyo, everything about his father's throne is still there. You go to Obi of wife Izomo, everything about that throne is still there. In as much as you want to advance, there are things you do not tamper with. Go to the Oba of Benin, even though he's a Yoruba man. Because there are a lot of concussion, a lot of diabolical influence on that crown. If the gods does not choose you, you cannot be there. And so when a king dies, most princes are not even qualified to be the next king. Because the gods, according to our tradition, will choose another. And if you force it, you'll be dead. There is a community in Anambra as we speak now. Obo Anyocha. Go there now. Army have taken over that community. They are dragging who will be the king. One small boy just made money. He went to village. He's chasing the king now. They have killed themselves. And the army has taken over the community with police. More than a week now, rape is going on there. Killing is going on there. Most people don't even know. Opo Anyocha in Anambra State. The one that have government connection will win. And then tomorrow you think your Igwe will come and protect you. Let me not digress further. That having been said, in those days, you don't call government to decide who is the king. They keep the crown for you. Wear it, let's see. But these days, they have bastardized those culture and tradition. And so, they have crown they bought from Dubai or from London to make them look elegant like Queen of England. But what about the spiritual aspect of it? What about the spiritual implication? Have you been to Atar of Igala Palace? Have you been to the Atari of Awuchi Palace? But because you are a fake king, you don't understand even the implication of that cap. That having been said, I dwell on the three main colors of crown or cap. Number one, the white cap is the highest in rank among all of them. And in my place where I come from, it represents Ochudo. Ochudo. Ezochudo. Before you are allowed to wear this cap, that means you have gotten to a stage where you are a true leader. You are not biased. You represent the interests of your people. They cannot find fault in you. Anything you say, that is how it is. These are people my brother used to call Onye Ezioku, Ndi Ezioku. My brother locked up in India now. One idiot Nigerian Igbo man locked him up in India. These are people they call Onye Ezioku. When he called here, he will say, Mazen Nande Kano, Onye Ezioku, Onye Eziomume. Only in the Ezioku and in the Eziomume, they wear that white cap. They don't lie. If you want to understand what I'm telling you, go to your village, tell them you need advice. Call elder, tell elder, I beg you, see what I be want to do, I don't know what to do. There are people who cannot tell lie. If you have a land that is in dispute, there are people they will say, go and meet them. They don't tell lie. What will they gain? The more you say the truth, the more you become powerful. The more you lie, the more your power is taken from you. That is one thing people must understand. You do good, good follow you and empower you. You do bad, you exhaust yourself, you get tired every day. It's a very expensive business to lie. Because you tell one lie, you are going to look for 100 to cover up. You tell one truth, you go and sleep. He does not need control. He controls himself. Are they still in our community? When you see Indiesioku, they don't talk with the both sides of their mouth. Irrespective of whose heart is God, they say the truth and they move ahead. And God is always with them. I want you to carry out this experiment in your village. You will see there is a man they will point to you. They say if you want to know the truth, go and meet the man. And when you come, you are talking. They are looking at you. They know who you are already. They know who you are. Ndiesioku or Chiudo. One pastor made a video, maybe indirectly attacking our leader regarding the issue of Christianity. And IPOB, as usual, bounced on him. The next day, he came back, he rewinded his mouth and said his attack is not on Nnamdi Kanu, but his attack is on his follower. Is there any difference between our leader and those of us following him? I just look at you and say, look at this man. You want the attack to stop? You have shown who you are. In the morning, Nnamdi Kanu is cursing Christian, is cursing. Is that your business? And then in the evening, you came back. No, I'm not talking of Nnamdi Kanu, I'm talking about his follower. Is there any difference between father and son? Anything we are doing here, we learn it from him. If we curse you, we learn it from him. If we love you, we learn it from him. If we antagonize you, we learn it from him. That is how those elders behave. They give them white cap because they know they cannot be compromised. And so when they gather, you see them with that white cap. Everybody shift back. Because righteousness carries power. It pushes people back. You don't need the Yoruba church to be righteous. Because they will never allow you to see the power, the influence of righteousness. And so only Ochudo, people who lead for peace, only very few of them left. Watch that white cap. The most youth putting it on is for guy man. They don't even know the meaning. Watch many elders. They are afraid to put on that white cap. Only very few. And then once you see somebody with that white cap, know that anything they say is final. They don't lie. The next one in rank is the red. The red cap. White, of course, represent peace. White represent peace. You call it Udo. We call it Udo. Udo yare no no. Followed by the next one. Red is called Ododo in my dialect. Ododo. Every color that my ancestors have, I thank God I know all their names. I don't know what you call red. But in my own dialect, red is called Ododo, Ododo, Ekwododo. And so, Ododo represents blood. Blood is red. Orabododo, Orabedeke, Ododo, red, red. And when you wear that crown, that cap for red, you are the ones they refer to Ochendo. Ochendo, not Gouda, not Hilo Ochendo. You are answering Ochendo. Kendo in Eche, Abi Obundo Kebo. Once you put on that red cap, you fall into the category of chiefs they call Ochendo. Your chieftaincy title may not be Ochendo. They understand that you people are the protectors of life. You defend the life of your people. You protect the life of your people. That is why they give you that red cap. So that even though Fulani men are chasing us, Miati Ala, Boko Haram, Lamido, Lamishin, Abido, or whatever his name is, if they are chasing us to kill us, we see you with the red cap, we know you are the Ochendo. Do we still have Ochendo today? You just get 2005, you go to hold up, you wear it. And so we lost the hope. We lost the value. The tradition died. Obu Madu, Obu Ocho is the one putting on Ochendo, impersonation. But I wish we will go back to that time when the red cap will give us hope. I wish we will go back to that time when the white cap will make us understand that Udode. But today, it is a mere fashion. Now, understand our ancestors put all these things in place. You can be fighting as a child. You turn, you see somebody wearing red cap coming. You run. You run. You can't be fighting and another is there and you are still fighting. Where are those values? Where are those culture? And finally, we look at the black cap. The black cap, the black represents fertility. The black can also represent the strength of a black man. Only youth who are honorable put on the black. Only youth who are honorable. Ochendo and Ochemba. The black is Ochemba. Go and ask Chini Achibe. Things fall apart. The black is Ochemba. Ochendo no Ochemba. Ochemba cannot be Ochendo. Because sometimes to Ochemba, you have to take life. But when Ochendo is there, no taking life. That is why even though we may have minor community crises within our land in Biafra land, the presence of Ochendo has subsided many of these problems. If you go to Ihecheowa and you go to Ototo, Ototo is the first son. He packed out from Ihecheowa and moved forward closer to Umuahia and set up a community there. As a first son, he has access to community land. He trained his children. And Otutu people become very wealthy, very educated. But Ihecheowa stood ground with his brother and hold their fatherland. They didn't go to school, but they protected the name of their father. Today, Ototo is stranded, nowhere to expand to. They came back home to Ihecheowa to collect land. And Ihecheowa said, no, when you abandon this land, if we didn't stay here, the neighboring community would have collected it. Fight started between the two brothers. The brothers, rather. The government of the day couldn't stop it. Then, Ototo had influence in Abia state government, but Ihecheowa don't have. The war lasted, or tribal conflict lasted for a very long time. Until the day Ototo brought Nigerian army and police to invade Ihecheowa as they were going on that very day. It's not far, this thing I'm telling you. A tree blocked the road and a small boy was sitting on that tree. And the boy told them, all these people you have arrested, they raided all the youth of Ihecheowa. They were carrying them to Umuahia. The boy said, nobody is crossing here. Let them go. It was a mystery. That is how that case settled. I don't want to go in depth. But those matters stopped because there are people known as Ochendo. If you leave it in the hand of Ochemba, Alweme. But where are the people who play this role in our community? Where are the symbol, the representation of this, their influence in our community today? Today you want us to call you Ochendo, but you are the one killing us. You want us to call you Ochemba, but you are the one holding us to turn us to kidnapper. Ndiara. Be who you are. That is why our remaining elder cannot function with us. Most of them can't function with us. They are there. They can't function because they will mistake an enemy to be a friend. During election now, you people start wearing the Yoruba and Hausa, our cultural cloth. How do I know that Buhari is going to be Ochendo of Anambra? That time you are giving this cap to Buhari, what are you calling him? And now that he has come to Ochendo Anyi, why are you complaining? And you think our ancestors is happy to see Buhari wearing the cap of Ochendo or Chudo? PDP 2020, APC 2023. Guy, they are not happy. They are not happy. Those of you, they are allowed to wear Fulani Hausa cap or Yoruba cap. Honestly, you know that they have carried that ritual on your head. They have carried that ritual on your head so that their own gods or ancestors will not be angry with them. And of course, the moment you put on those regare, you are gone. This cap have advantage and they have disadvantage, like we have studied before. Make sure you mind them. We pray to have a society where all this culture and tradition will be restored. Where there will be no need to hide because of being raped. Look at today. You have more wives killing their husband now. But you hardly hear this issue in those evil days of our ancestors, when one man married plenty wife like Solomon. No wife was killing husband. Today only you will hijack one man. But it's okay. But any small mistake, you have killed him. He's cheating, he's cheating, he's cheating. Do you know cheating? Do you know your culture and tradition? Do you know why they are destroying your family? Today, many countries in Europe, in America, they don't value marriage. It's a contract. We will soon get to that level. And our children will think that is our way of life. When I just go out, we have started subscribing for girlfriend now. We have started subscribing for girlfriend. Oh girl, I want chatter you 1 week in the ara. You go for chatter 1 week, you come back. Very soon now, oh girl, I want to hire you, just born one for me. Go and look at Europe. Most of their daughters, 16, 17, 21, they just give birth, agree with somebody, just born one pikin. Begin to live like Shakademos and pliers across the globe. That is not our culture. That is not our tradition. That is why they don't have anything to lose. But if we go back to our root, your life become meaningful. You will not understand. One day you will understand. Very soon now, your son will come back from school. He has become a transgender. Am I against transgender? No. But is it my culture? No. Will my ancestors be happy about it? No. What of Homo sapien? I mean, lesbian. What of gay? Most of you are doing it because of the secret cult you belong to. Most of you are doing it because you want to make money. But at the end of the day, all these things are agents of defilement. You defile yourself. That which was meant to protect you will backfire on you. Put on the cap. Because when you are putting the cap, nobody can curse you. When you are going to any place you don't trust them, carry cap. Or take your hanky. As a man, as a woman, wear cap. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let them. It's for your advantage. When you are putting on cap, nobody can bless you and nobody can curse you. Embrace it for your culture. And of course, we have the one for youth. Those of you on Facebook, you will see the guys demonstrating gloriously with our culture and tradition. That was our leader's parents' burial. That cap with tail, that gallant young man is putting on. We call it Okbokoro. It's for the youth. If you have put on that cap, you will know that the moment you wear that Okbokoro, it gives you morale. That is the one we wear, we get morale. You'll be hearing sound like Inzobu, Inzobu, Inzobu. It gives you morale. Don't you know Nigerian army and police fear that cap? Now you understand. And of course, like I said, this is the way of our ancestors. Our line will be open any moment from now. And then you're free to call in and give us your what you understand by the cap. It might be a little bit slight different from my place. Tell me that that cap is meant for fashion design. Tell me what it is meant for. Because one day, these things are going to save the next generation. Do you know how many years those people work hard to invent all these things? They thought by now we were supposed to be enhancing on their discovery. But we are dumping them, throwing them away. I'll be back in a minute.
Mr. Pro, I'm doing it.
More on the beat.
to the wide.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to.
You're listening to
This is
Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
Yes, at this moment, our WhatsApp line is 07081545642. Our WhatsApp line is 07081545642. Our direct line is 08122152971. Our direct line, I repeat again, is 08122152971. And the special number for the female is 08128858614. Special number for the female is 08128858614. And like I said, our lines are open. Caller on the line, your name and where you calling from. Caller on the line. And of course, we must continue. Biafrans across the globe must understand what our ancestors did, why they did what they did, and we must emulate them. Because without that, we are gone as a people. Call on WhatsApp, are you there? Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Of course, network. Call on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Good evening from here, Agumwani. Go ahead.
Some time because every land Igbo land or Biafra land or generally ana mweza money echi. So Ege is born.
We have an adage there. Wamwezi fe wakpa wata.
But today, what is happening in our midst? Another one of them. Even the Bible says, when the righteous is on top, the people rejoice. When I was there in Abuja, during Obasanjo, all one on chapter was a rock. And they are dragging, we will go there, we will go there, we will go there. What are you going there to do? That you can look at a minister, that you can look at a president, eyebrow to eyebrow. You cannot tell the person what you are doing is bad. What you are after is that Ghana must go. Maybe after the service, I don't everyone in boot, or the minister in Malay. Then they now look the gap. That gap inquestionable. Because I know that every church, remember the Zoom, when you are righteous, you are very righteous. And when you are wicked, you are wicked. So these people, I can remember Micah in the Bible. That he is the one, yeah, that to David. So David, this is the message that God tells me to tell you. You don't fear anybody. And these are the people, the ancient prophets. But today, what is happening in our midst? Both the elders, both the pastors, both the ministers, all of them have soiled their hand that they cannot open their strengthened mouth and talk even truth one day. What are they waiting for? The consuming fire to cook them with a bar. Year after, our able director. But I am not afraid of anybody. Likewise, my director, because he is there on a divine mandate. He must accomplish that which God has bring him out, brought him out to do. Nobody can stop him. They will be going up and down with the teachers. Our ages will decriminalize. They will just dress up. As I have. They go to minister's office to line up. What are you waiting? Instead of the minister, because in the ancient day, it is the minister will come to you. Today, they are the one going to Asorok. They are the one going to visit the House of Rep. As reps they are, they continue repping, going up and down. And when you can take the loan, that was only about the area. And according to this, they bastardize everything. Our blood, they are not that the people that are being talking rubbish, their blood is not the blood of Biafran blood. I can remember vividly Jeremiah Hussein. What are they call them? There are many of them from Jos. He is the first minister of Abuja. None of them come out. We say the truth, but today they call themselves Christians because they know where they belong to. When the earth will rise up today to fight, I say, hey, the earth will do this. Because I know that all of them, will fish them out.
Thank you very much.
I say, there is nothing that let them control what they're doing. Because that was why they are afraid of the land, because the land was killing them, nothing will stop them. This thing that they have done upside down, making us to look like rag, to look like animal before our maker. The Chukwuokaba has come to restore us, and he has restored the land for us. And the land will vomit them out. I can't say it because the land cannot contain. You will vomit them out whether they like it or not. This land,
thank you very much.
For the good work that have been doing to us and our able leader, our able leader, deputy leader, Uchemefo, our barrister, Ejiofor, and many of them that have been working assiduously now to make sure that our land will be restored, and our land must be restored in the name of Chukwuokabiyama.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Anytime you wear red cap, anywhere, ask yourself, gathering, ask yourself, are you Ochendo? Are you Ochendo of Biafra? Why are you putting on the red cap? Oh, Anakpadinde Mado, Anakpadinde Mado. You are putting on Ochendo and you are Buala Mado. You put on a cap that signifies that you are there to protect the life of your people, and you are presiding over the issue to kill your people. And now you see, we understand how our ancestors would have responded in a situation like this, and you are not doing that. And we feel you are nothing like our fathers. That is why it looks like we don't have regard for you. Are you there, caller on the line? Good evening from here.
Yeah, Mazi Onyibe. Short of Mazi Onyibe. Obi Bichamoto no Nebeno. In a Toguma, go back to our root. That is there. Hey, Obi Bichamoto for my Mazi Onyibe. Mazi Onyibe. And I make a lady. And I make a person to me for Aqua. They can no more the Tamanos also. Oh, let's take a question in the more about her. So, not to chat for you. Go back to our room. Mother, he gave me. Oh, no, mother, you know what this he gave me. I would not get you out. Alabarazo, let you get Abraham happy to know. Abraham happy to know. Ebahano, my son, but then you need to come by now because he goes back to our root. Who's in now? There's a guy. I am a John and then because you had your quote that job. My son, even now they say every time accident, every time accident, come on, my teacher and I may help Biafra. Come on, come to my son. Only in a bagama, Ebana, Ariada Joshua, every time accident, almost Ariada Joshua, every time I said, my son, come back. I never help Biafra. I'm at the other number had a man because I gonna make it with you. No, she and Dama. mana kemgbe na elechighị nso na-achọ ihe Biafra ka ngwa nke besokwu ndị nna nna ha iwe asị na iwe na esi mejọ ha iwe ha ga-ajọ ọwụrụ nna m wụ senti nwa abaghị nọ n'ala ugbu a ana m asụ mmụọ ha ga-ajọ wee ruo n'aka nna Abraham ha asị m mmụọ ha ga-ajọ maazị Onyibe nwekwa ihe ọzọ m na-enye otu isi biko unu mara ihe unu ga-eme anyị enwee na nwaanyị agụ ụmụ nwoke anyị akwụkwọchiana agwara ụmụ nwaanyị na-amụghị nwa nọ n'ala Biafra ọ dị na too much ọkwa nna nna ha na-eme ihe a asị ma biko unu mara ihe unu ga-eme lize nna nna ha ga-elizere anyị ụmụ nwaanyị niile ka ha na-amụrụ nwa ha na-atụrụ ha na-amụ ihe ọzọkwa na-ekwu biko unu makwa ihe unu ga-eme ụmụ agbọghọbịa na-ayezi ukwu mgbu ọkwa ndị nna nna ha ahụ ụmụ agbọghọbịa ukwu mgbu ọkwa ndị na biko nyere na ndị nna nna ha biko ka ha haa ya aka biko site na 18 years ukwu mgbu ihe niile arụrụ ala niile arụchara na Biafra site na ndị eze ndị si ha na-hapụ okpu red na okpu blak ha bụ ndị eze ha bụ ndị ize ha bụ ndị ụzọ ochi na ama ka ha na-ezukọ n'obodo a were na-emebi isi anyị n'obodo a biko amaghị ọrụ a ga-emere ndị nna nna ya biko tu mere ha ka iwu ha dajọ ka ha haa ya ka biko na ya apụtago ebe a na ugwu apụtago m ihe ọ na-ga-eme ka Biafra bịa nwa ọmụwa abaghị ha apụtago uju fọma amachara Owere aka ọkwa ide atọ n'ọtọ lu proven steeti Biafra land ọ bụ ebe ahụ n'ọganchi abụ m nwa afọ Biafra ihe ọ na-ga-eme ka Biafra bịa adị m 100% ndị my family n'agbanyeghị ole anyị ha na the family na Biafra bịara na mmezi so maazị Onyibe biko unu ajọ ọbụla a ga-achị n'ala Biafra ka e nwee ihe iwechiga omenala ọdịnala nke ala Biafra mee ya ha bụkwa ochie a na-ezu na chọọchị eledu otu ndị Briten ndị Rom ndị Palestine ndị ochi niile chi butere anyị bịara iji anyị ụzọ chi anyị efe Chukwu okike apịa agba ọ gbanwochi ka ha bịara itu anyị maazị Onyibe biko ekele asị m ekele tere gị Chukwu okike apịa bụ baadụrụ mme ekweghị ekele onye na isi ruru etie nwaanyị chinte ya paala n'aha Chukwu okike apịa ma ise wa Chineke.
Yes, a caller on WhatsApp. Are you still there?
Mazi George Onyibe.
Zuangwala pen.
The fearless The fearless lion with a less eye. On your gathering match 24/7. On Obina Tomo to how people bless you on this program. I'm so glad how people appreciate you on this program. Oh boy, who doesn't have the honor? You know, honor my brother. And Biafrans are appreciating you. Biafrans are appreciating you, my brother. You know, according to Mazi Ekeronoike, all protocol is observed. My greetings to our supreme leader, Unyoga Darema. I greet him, you know, from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate him. I appreciate Uche Mefo Mokike. All the principal officers, you guys are wonderful. In fact, IPOB is formidable. IPOB is formidable. Oh, Hana Boyanere. You know, your topic this evening, sir, you know, it's something that, you know, brought back long memories to me. And that is the reason why I'm calling your program this evening. We had a grandfather, a great-grandfather. This man was a businessman. We can come from a very big compound, and he was buying land for the family. Any farming season, after cultivation, come and see in a compound. You come and see the barn, the yam, the cocoyam, the corn, everything. In abundance. The man died, and as he was dying, he was crying. Because when he was alive, who are you to enter our compound to insult any of his sons? Who are you? But when he was dying, this man was crying. They asked him, why are you crying? He said, because now that it's not going to be around, but strangers are going to come into this compound and collect the soup women are cooking from the oven, from the fire. When he died, power went through an efulefu. This man started selling the family land. He started selling. The person that is supposed to guide us, The person that is supposed to follow the footsteps of our great-grandfather started selling family land. And the children joined him. All the youths joined him. Because my great-grandfather, our compound, we had lots of land all over the place. And today, the family have no land. The family have no land. You know, people that are supposed to guard the family are now selling the family jewels. It's all over the place in Igbo land, and that's why God is not happy with us. You know, but thank God for IPOB. We are going back to our roots. Thank God for these teachings, which we are getting through you. We are all going back to our roots. Master, God bless you, my brother. Keep up the good job. We appreciate you, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Of course, we are not in a hurry. In those days, there is what they call, in my dialect, they will say, Kwaye Ugu. Kwaye Ugu. Kwaye Ugu. When you are growing up as a son, there is a culture and tradition. Your mother will come and give you wrapper. When you are traveling, they give you wrapper. That wrapper was that, like most of us who spend some of our days in school in the boarding house. When we tie the wrapper our mother gave to us, it is believed we can never be sick. It is believed that we are lying in the bosom of our mother. It is believed we are going with our mother's blessing. Till my mother passed on. Once in a while, she will call me and give me one of her wrapper. It's not as if I cannot buy wrapper for myself. She will bring one and give to me. We will look into those later on. You can imagine in those days where our real elders will gather and then they will advise you. Your father will not be there. Those who are supposed to be putting on red cap, they will gather you in the absence of your father. They will tell you, you know you are the first son of your father. And you know you are going to represent him in many places. And now let us tell you that on this area, your father did not do well. But that having been said, on this area, your father was exceptional. My son, we want you to beat him in every area. Make him proud. He's your father. They bless you. Who are blessing us now? No, who is blessing us now? But we will get there. Caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line.
Good evening.
Good evening from here.
My name is Anu. I'm calling from Aba. Please, sir, I have one question. Does it mean that, let's call it in the church, if we tie her tie, as we are going to church now, that the blessing of that day will pass over us?
As a woman, let me tell you the truth.
Yes.
When you get to the church, tie your head. Anywhere you go to, tie your head.
Okay.
Cover your head. The same thing is applicable to man. Cover your head.
Okay.
But who blesses you? God will not bless anybody except the person open up. If you look at the ministry of Jesus, in Jerusalem, or rather in Judah where he come from, he could not do miracle because the people were not open to miracle. The Bible says, except few of them that he have to lay hand on. So nobody actually opens God's blessing for you. You are the one that can accept it. You are the one that can reject it. Pastors only come and take glory. Another religious leader where they didn't so. If you understand this truth, you don't talk ordinarily. When we talk, people think we are boasting. People think we are not boasting, we are not bragging. We understand the power that governs righteousness. That is why our ancestors, they were able and willing to die with dignity, honorably, Without fear, they look at death in the face. In here came many times you are making no one. Why? Because their hands are clean. Sorry, I lost that caller from there. Because their hands are clean. When your hand is clean, you fear no beggar. You fear no evil. Imagine when your community bless you and they ask you, who is that person that can drop you down as far as your hand is clean? And now you know. The ancestors can lead you only when you walk in their paths. But let me digress a little bit from the Bible point we can understand. When David wanted to build a temple for God, God said, David, you cannot because your hand is soiled with blood. But your son after you will do that. And then later on, Solomon was choosing to build the temple. So along the line, before he joined his ancestors to become part of the ancestors, he built the temple in Jerusalem. After the temple was built, during the dedication, he prayed to God and said, when you scatter your people across the globe as you said it will be in the future, and wherever they are scattered to, and they point their hand towards the direction where this temple is, remember the covenant you have with the ancestors and bless them. Return them back home from whence thou hast scattered them, so that they can worship you on this holy hill. In the time of Rehoboam, and the rest sons of Solomon before the lineage was cut off, it's time they found themselves in a very dilemma situation. They go back to the path of their ancestors, and then they hold God and say, remember this prayer of your son David. Remember the covenant you had with Solomon. Remember what you promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So what did God promise your ancestors? And now maybe you begin to understand the importance of going back to your roots. Yes, a caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Hello, George Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, George Onyibe. How far?
About 30 miles.
George Onyibe, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank God. And your program, mostly your program, go back to our roots. That program is a really wonderful one. Moreover, so that's why you are talking about the calf. Wearing calf. I even told people about that one also. You Biafrans are too much. All hail Biafrans.
Biafra, we hear thee. Thank you very much, Ada. We must continue.
My name is Ifama from Aba. Please, may God continue to strengthen you people. Mostly to our leader, Mazen Namdekalo, who has been working for this Biafrans. I believe in the name of Almighty Jehovah Elohim. He will get this Biafran in the name of Yahweh Yeshua.
You see.
All hail Biafra.
All must hail Biafra. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye for now. Yes, are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Good evening to you, Mas.
Good evening.
George Onyibe.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Good evening, fellow Biafrans, friends of Biafrans and lovers of freedom. The blessing of our Heavenly Father, Chukwu Okike Abiama, that created the heaven and earth, will continue to keep us moving forward. My name is Hugo, and I am calling from Enugu in Mazi. I want to say the blessing of our Heavenly Father, Chukwu Okike Abiama, will continue to push you forward and keep you doing this wonderful divine work of educating our people back to your roots. I want to say something based on the issue of the teaching of back to our roots, which some people are opposing. If you call yourself a man of God, and you are among the people that is saying that the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, more especially that one that normally come on air in David, is trying to
Of course, that is Zoo Epileptic Network. He was trying to make a point there, but our people must understand. Every country in the world has gone back to their roots. The only thing they are busy doing is improving on what their ancestors left behind. Only blacks, only some Africans are running away from their roots. Call on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, I thank God. Good evening, Mr. Onyibe. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
I thank God for getting me tonight. I've been trying your number for over 4 years now. Thank God I got you this night. My brother, God will bless you. God will reward you. God will keep you. All the enemies that are fighting against you, God will get them arrested. It shall be well with you. It shall be well with your family. It shall be well with everything that surrounds you. My brother, I want to thank you for the work you're doing for Biafra. Thank God I am an IPOB member. The thing is so far away, far before people are seeing it today. I thank my leader. God will bless him. God will keep him and sustain his family. I thank EPNFO. God will bless him as well. And God will bless the entire family of IPOB. And keep and sustain every member of IPOB. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you very much, my brother, and remain blessed.
Thank you. We must continue. We are not going anywhere. Of course, our line are open at this moment. You are free to call in and then let us know your opinion. Let us know how the purpose why your ancestors introduced that cap. The spiritual as well as physical significance. Because believe me, they have a role they play. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you calling from. Call on WhatsApp. Of course, the Zoo Epileptic Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, Biafrans all over the world, America stand up! IPOB, US, America, 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 IPOB, New York, America, America, America.
Oh yes, IPOB USA, IPOB USA, and the state of New York. Just like we all know,
This information is directed to the IPOB in the United States of America. Going with all our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has recently said we must do the needful.
if you have not joined IPOB family yet, or you intend to support the struggle for the restoration of Biafra, now is the time.
To join IPOB family in the New York, please call our state coordinator, Mazi David Ezekwesili, on 832-245-5640, or the New York State Deputy,
Mazi Izu Okoli Badike, on 646-645-8237.
Other zone coordinators include Bronx Zone 1 and Mazi Dr. Ekweme on +164-664-43957. Ze Obina
+192-9509-8008.
Staten Island, Mazi John on 347-203-0871.
Pastor Thomas 6462-269487.
Brooklyn Zone, Saint Abalakwe AM on +16-462-365246.
Queens/Long Island,
Mazi Elochukwu
164-6956-6219.
Bronx Zone 2, Wada Beatrice on 347-5177-934.
Or Reverend Jeff.
You live anywhere in the U.S. and you want to join or contribute, call our National Coordinator, Dr. Okoro, or our National Deputy Coordinator, Lady Prestige. Or you are a woman in the USA, you can join our Women Wing. Call Wanda Mommy Okafor on 121-571-57709. Also, if you want to contribute, USA will not fail our leader Nnamdi Kanu or disappoint our motherland Biafra. All hail Biafra, Biafra, we hail you. Signed, David Ezekwesili, New York State Coordinator.
Yes, a caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, George Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead.
I'm the onye kwara gị na nchọrọ na-ekwu na redio ndị mmadụ na-ajụ m ajụjụ maka agwara nke ife niile anyị na-ekwu bụ eziokwu mana o sikwe n'ike ime emi mana first step anyị ga-eji bido ya anyị wee laghachi azụ anwa so ana m eke gị ntị ana m eche gị all the time ime ka mụ na gị discuss personally. Hello.
Go ahead, sir. I'm listening to you.
Ife mụ achọrọ ikwu bụ ịlaghachi azụ n'omenala anwa n'isiokwu and ọya bụ ihe anyị ga-eme and ọya ka anyị ga-eme ka anyị were nweta Biafra. Ọ bụrụ na anyị emeghị ihe inweta Biafra ga-esi anyị ike maka na ịma Chukwu okike abịa ama rọọkwanye ya bụ ala and ọya bụ oluwa etu ahụ o siri hụ anyị n'anya ka o siri hụ ndị iro anyị n'anya ịghọtara so anyị na-ayọ ya ayịyọ ndị iro anyị ga na-ayọkwa ya ọ na-ege ha ntị ọ ga na-egekwa anyị ntị na anyị laghachi to our root bụ na anyị because onye ọbụla na onwe ya nwere chi nke onye ọbụla nwere chi nke Biafra nwere chi nke Biafra, ndị Hausa nwere chi nke Hausa, ndị Yoruba nwere chi nke Yoruba. Before I ga-enwezie general Chukwu okike abịa ama ọ ya bụ Oluwa ọ ya bụ ala nke ndị Hausa na-akpọ anyị onye ndị anyị na ha nwere ohere ikpe ihe ha nyere anyị aka anyị gaa n'ihu chi nke anyị nwa enwere Chukwu Biafra enwere Chukwu Biafra nwee Chukwu okike abịa ama Chukwu okike abịa ama ka m gwa gị eziokwu look anyị enweghị ike ịgwa ya okwu anyị enweghị ike nke anyị dị na-ekpe ekpere na-ekpezi ebe niile ọ naghị eke ya because anyị bụ ndị njọ o nyere anyị iwu anyị nupụ isi n'iwu mana chi nke anyị onye ọbụla nwere chi na onwe na ya nwa obodo ọbụla nwere chi ọ ya ka Chineke aha jiri bụrụ the God of gods the God of gods gods aha a na-ekwu abụrụ efu all gods ọ ha bụ ndị okere n'ụbọchị nke isii ọ bụrụ mmadụ ọ ndị mmụọ ka okere n'ụbọchị nke isii and ọ ndị mmụọ anwa na-achịkọta obodo niile na-achịkọta mmadụ niile onye ọbụla nwere chi onye ọbụla nwere chi nke ya ọ ya ka ndị Igbo ji ekwusị onye chi egwu omeghe onye na-egbu ya gee m ntị onye chi egwu omeghe onye ga-egbu onye anwa and onweghị ihe ga-eme mmadụ ma ọ bụrụ na chi ya akwadoghị chi anyị dị iche n'ebe Chukwu nọ ọ chi anyị nwere direct talk with God chi anyị nwere ohere ikwuru Chukwu okike abịa ama okwu chi Chukwu okike abịa ama oke ya ntị mana ọ bụrụ na onye ọbụla bụ mmadụ bi n'ụwa enweghị ike ịgwa Chineke okwu Chineke oge ya ntị nke ndị ụka juru ebe niile na-asị Chukwu 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 ihe aha bụ ntụ ka a na-atụ o meghị onye ọbụla nọ n'ụwa a na ya na Chukwu na-akpakọta onweghị onye ọbụla nọ n'ụwa bido na popu ruo n'aka mmụọ bụ eme ihe mma onweghị onye ọbụla nọ n'ụwa ya na Chineke God Almighty na-emekọrịta ebe ị ga-emekọrịta bụ gị na Chiri then Chiri na Chukwu oke abịa ma nwere mmekọrịta ya bụ ọ bụrụ na ime ka mụ na gị na-akpakọta inye gị idea etu anyị ga-esi laghachi ọ bụghị ikwu ya n'ọnụ ndị ụka niile ndị niile bụ ndị born again agaghị ekwete ịlaghachi azụ ndị niile bụ ndị dibịa ha niile omeghị onye ga-ekwete ịlaghachi but ụmụ ụzọ anyị ga-eji laghachi ụzọ ahụ anyị ga-eji laghachi nkwuo onye ọbụla bụ onye Biafra ikwete nara ịbụ Biafra ya ikwete n'ihe aha ya laghachi hapụ ma ndị ọzọ laghachi ma ha anaghị alaghachi ịlaghachi na omenala anwa ala ochebe gị ime ihe ọjọọ ala otigbuo gị mana kịta ala anaghị etigbu mmadụ maka onye ọbụla bụ onye ihe ọjọọ ala tigbuwe gị mara na a ga-etigbu mmadụ niile ga-anwụ so na ihe mma na-achọ ime ka mụ na gị na-ekwupụta ọ bụla ikwu na redio inye m ohere ikwu okwu na redio mwepụta pọịntị na redio ndị mmadụ ọjụọ m ajụjụ nkọwara ha ọfụma ma ọ ghọta ihe m na-ekwu nke bụ eziokwu ya bụ eziokwu zoro ezo ọ bụrụ mmadụ niile ma ya o meghị onye ọbụla ka m gwapụ ogu o nwere onye ọbụla ma ya n'ụwa maka onye ọbụla nọ n'ụwa na-akparị Chukwu onye ọbụla nọ n'ụwa ekpere ahụ ya na-ekpe ego mkparị ka a na-akparị Chineke ma ọ bụ mmadụ nọkọta ọsọ ya yiri Chukwu nke ahụ bụ nnukwu mkparị ọ bụrụ na mụ na gị na-akpakọrịta emeghị ka ndị mmadụ mata a ga-enwe ndị chi ha ga-azọ ga-ekwete n'ịlaghachi azụ anyị ọlaghachi azụ ọ bụghị ijefere arụsị ọ bụghị ife alụsị ọ bụrụ ife alụsị ọ bịarụ n'ije ụka ịghọtago a ga-enwe freedom of worship but anyị ga-enwerịrị dati usoro ọfọ anyị bido ọfọ omenala ọfọ ọ ihe mma na-ekwu maka ya anyị ruru n'anya na-ekwu n'ọnụ oje ekweghị ha efe anyị ọhịa imebe ya emebe mụ na gị kpakọrịta amana etu m ga-esi nkọwa ihe m chọrọ ịkọwa na onye nwe ajụjụ ya jụọ m nkọwara onye ahụ ihe dị anụ so na ya bụ ibe mụ na-ekwu George ife niile ị na-ekwu maka Chukwu ka m gwara ife niile ị na-ekwu bụ eziokwu ihe niile ị na-ekwu bụ eziokwu and eziokwu ahụ ga-eme ka anyị pụọ n'uru pọta ọ bụrụ na ya ebido ememe ya ememe ọ ga-enye anyị nsogbu ya bụ ihe na-agba mbọ bụ si bido mere ya ememe lee m anya ndị na-asị ma ha bụ Biafra ma ha bụ Biafra look Biafra anaghị eme Biafra nwere boundary anyị alụgo n'ọgụ 67 to 70 ndị niile dị n'ọgụ ọha bụ Biafra omeghị onye a ga-ewepụ n'ime bụta omeghị onye anyị ga-akpụta kpụbata n'ime Biafra bụta ọ bụrụ na nne gị o jiri ekwugha anya ya onye isi kwugha anya ya n'ọnụ ya onye ọbụla mana ya bụ Biafra ome ihe ahụ ekwuru ime ya datide ala ochekwaba gị datide ime ihe ọjọọ ala ochigbuo gị datide ọ bụrụ Chukwudị very high ebe anyị nọ onweghị ihe jikọrọ anyị na Chukwudị too high ịghọtago ihe Chukwudị too high to us n'ọchị anyị bịa dis Biafra na-ekwu o nwere Chukwu Biafra ọ nọgba anyị nkịtị ọ bụrụ na ọ Chukwu Biafra tiri aka n'ihe anyị na-eme esi ahụ o tiri aka ka anyị ga-enwe isi ya ihe bọta ọ bụrụ na ị na-eme usoro ihe ọbụla nwere usoro a ga-esi nye oke lee m anya ihe o ji dị mkpa ịlaghachi n'ọnọdụ anyị anwa ndị Igbo ndị Biafra nwere plen bifo ndị ọcha abịa ndị Biafra nwere plen bifo ndị ọcha abịa ndị Biafra nwere plen bifo ndị ọcha abịa nke plen anaghị enwe accident ị gaghị agba ya plen o meghị ihe ị ga-eme bọta ọ plen ya duru jee ebe ile ofu ntabi anya gị nọ ebe ị chọrọ ịnọ obibi anwade anyị nwere kii bifo ndị ọcha abịa kii ọ ga-ejibo ịchọ ka mmadụ batabeghị gị ịgbachi ebe gị bifo ndị ọcha abịa ịgbachi anya omeghị onye ga-abịa chọrọ ịbịa be gị ga-amabeghị ọbịa ọga ha amabeghị bikọs ịgbachi ya agbacha ntị iri ịgbagha eye ịghọtago mmụọ anọ today etu a na-agwa gị na o nwere ahịhịa sọsọ ahịhịa dị n'ime ọhịa mweta mmadụ ya merie onye ọbụla mmerie n'ihu ịga kọtụ datide kọtụ n'iwu na ya ga-ekpebi ikpe gị datide kọtụ ama ikpe ya ịghọtago ihe mana onye dị na-ekwu ihe anyị mebichara ndị ọcha bịara ghọgbuo anyị ndị ọcha bịara n'ala Igbo ọ bụ na ndị ọcha bịara ha na-alụ ọgụ lụọ ọgụ chi nne ha enweghị ike ịbata bifo ha alaghachi azụ chekpọta ndị ụka were bịa were ụghọrọ ghọgbuo anyị napụ isi anyị omenala anyị niile napụ anyị ike anyị ya bụ ihe nwunye Samson mere Samson anapụ ya ike niile ya were daa ike Chineke adịghị ebe ọ nọ onye ndị ụka nọ kịta onye ndị ụka mere anyị onye religion mere anyị ọ religion gburu anyị anyị jiri nọ n'ụdị ọnọdụ anyị nọ ndị ụka ndị kristian ndị asị ha bụ kristian ha na ndị dibia traditional ruler ha na ha bụ ofu ihe because ndị traditional niile ha nọ kịta o mezighị onye na-arụ ọrụ n'usoro nke omenala kama n'usoro nke ụka ka ha niile na-eme ha niile bụ wayo onye ọbụla na-eme traditional herbalist ndị dibia Igbo na-eme n'usoro nke oyibo bụ wayo ka ọ na-eme n'usoro nke ndị ụka bụ wayo ka ọ na-eme ndị ụka niile bụ wayo ka ha na-eme agakwa ejide ntigbuo so George Onyibe gbaa mbọ biko gbaa m nwere etu ị ga-esi mee ka mụ na gị fụ onweghị ibe m na-eme o mee ebe ị ga-asị m bịa ka m fụ m bịa mụ na gị ọnọdụ anị ka nidiri m achọrọ m ihe dị Biafra eji ya n'obe aka onye ọ dị n'aka m nkwa gị ya ịghọta n'eziokwu na ọ dị n'aka m bikos o nwere eziokwu chi mkpughere m o nwere eziokwu chi mkpughere m mma a ga-esi nweta nso anyị ga-esi menye ahụ dịrị anyị mfe ịmakwana ọya mgbe gboo ịmakwana nnukwu ọya dịka korola na-abịa n'obodo ndị obodo jee mee ya ọya ahụ laa mgbe ndị ọcha abịabeghị kedụzi ka ndị ọcha siri bịa dị wetariziere anyị amamihe anyị were lazie na ndị abụ ndụ so biko ka m kwudobe ebe a otogo njiri gwa gị okwu mee ka mụ na gị fụ were my nọmba kpọọ m ịfụghachi amụ mkpọ ọgụ mana etu mụ na gị ga-esiri ọ bụghị bifo mụ na ya ekwucha were bịa na redio kwuwe okwu ndị mmadụ ọjụọ m ajụjụ maka ihe niile anyị na-ekwu bụ eziokwu o nwere mmụọ na-agwa ihe niile anyị na-ekwu and ihe niile anyị na-ekwu bụ eziokwu and ndị mmadụ anaghị aghọta ihe anyị na-ekwu o ikwucha onye ahụ ọtụ ihe ikwuru ọfụma ọ bụghị ya.
Thank you very much.
So nna biko thank you jisi ike kpọọ nka mụ na gị discuss rụọ.
Thank you.
Ka anyị nweta Biafra mụ na gị discuss anyị nweta Biafra ozugbo ọ bụghị nke echi ka edenye ya echi mbanị.
Thank you very much. Of course, we are inching closer to the end of this segment. Like I always say, it is a simple fact. We are fighting for our central land, and we are children of somebody. Our fathers never encounter rape. Nobody rape our mother. Nobody rape our sister. We had dependable elders. We have a very clean society. We have a home we can be proud of. When December time, from Lagos to Onitsha Bridge, there is no road as a child. Because every Biafran in Ugu Awusa and every Biafran in Ugu Yoruba, all of them must come back home. Today, what is going on? Why are you afraid to come home? Is he kidnapper or Ndota? And then, how did our fathers survive, manage an environment like that? What did they do? I think it's our right to know. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, I'm there, Mazi Onyibe. Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I say okay, calling from Germany. Mazi, I want to make a little contribution to your topic that I say tonight. The fact is, like they used to say, whatever that is holding us back is our cause. That is self-made cause. The fact is, as like they say, we have left undone those things which we ought to have done, and are doing the things which we ought not to have done, like you, many callers have previously pointed out. Yes, Christianity is, in the first place,
now,
one of the major causes of
problem. This is where we make mistake. Christianity are on their own. Every other person are on their own. And even what I'm saying is not traditional worship. I'm talking about the ways of our ancestors. I want us to focus on how we can benefit us. more than what is the cause and what is not the cause. We talk about traditional cap. I expected somebody to call me and said, this is what I believe, this is what I know about the cap. Because the first thing sort of an is in the Igbo, for instance, is the defiling of that cap. These are the area I want us to focus.
Yes, that is true. That is a fact. Do you know why I say you are right? Is because now
if you see everybody Christian, and then I come out and tell you I'm a Christian because I'm a reverend, and I'm the one pointing touch for Ogomo and Ogal in Edunala. But
in some part,
only mature mind can understand what we are saying.
Yes, you are quite correct. No, my point is not every Christian is bad. One, why I said Christian had a part is because in those days, our elders or even our forefathers, that's in those days, our forefathers and even our mothers were proud when even their children, their male children, go to war. But today it's no longer like that. The men are even the ones that will even hide their children, their male children, they say, away from defending their villages or our towns. So that is just one point. So the spirit that they used to have then is now lacking because of the influx of belief, Western belief. Like you said, let me not just... that we have.
It's quite unfortunate that the Zoo Epileptic Network still on it, what it know how to do best. But of course, this is where we round up this segment. And believe me, I will be signing off temporarily, but I'm not going anywhere. I will be back right after that, so don't go away. My brother, quite unfortunate, you could not complete your contribution on this program. Our people must remain focused. Our people must understand. To be able to correct one problem, you have to correct all of them. We are fighting for the land of our ancestors, and yet we don't know who they are. I think something is wrong somewhere. We don't even know our cultures and tradition. Go online and check your history. As Igbo man, as Abo man, as Akwa Ibom man, Urobo man is Shekili man. Go and look at who is writing your community history. It will amuse you that is Yoruba, because they are not afraid to tell themselves the truth. They are the one writing our history for us. But that having been said, we continue on back to your root. If you like, get the wisdom there. If you like, start the way you like. And before I round up, I will advise you, call her on my private WhatsApp. If you continue calling me the way you are calling me, I will block you. You call me once, you stop calling my phone. And if you continue that way, I will block you. Once again, thank you those of you who were able to call in. Sincere apology to those of you who I cannot receive their call. I'll be signing off temporarily, but I will be back right after that. Udo de rende cho Udo.
Shekina. IPOB, one,
kamgbe na